The moment I stepped through the mahogany doors of the Whitmore estate, I knew I had made either the best decision of my life or the worst mistake imaginable. The house itself felt less like a home and more like a museum. Crystal chandeliers hung from ceilings so high they almost disappeared into shadow. Marble floors reflected soft golden light. Everything looked expensive, curated, controlled. And quiet. The kind of quiet that makes you feel like you don't belong. Patricia Whitmore stood at the center of the room, holding a glass of white wine. She didn't smile when she saw me. Instead, her eyes slowly traveled from my shoes to my dress to my face. She didn't say anything. She didn't need to. I could already see the judgment. My navy dress was simple. My shoes were clean but modest. My jewelry was minimal. No designer logos, no flashy pieces. I looked ordinary. And that was exactly the point. Because tonight wasn't just dinner. Tonight was a test. Marcus walked over quickly, his hand lightly touching my back. "Ella, you made it," he said, smiling. "Mom, this is—" "I know who she is," Patricia interrupted. Her voice was polite but cold. Then she leaned slightly toward Marcus and whispered, something she thought I couldn't hear. "She looks like the help who came through the wrong entrance." I smiled. Because in that moment, I knew exactly how this night was going to go. My name is Ella Graham, I'm 32 years old, and for the past 14 months, I've been hiding something from the man I was supposed to marry. I'm not struggling. I'm not barely getting by. I make $37,000 a month. I'm a senior software architect. I own patents. I've sold 2 mobile apps. I hold stock options that quietly grew into something much bigger than anyone expected. But Marcus didn't know that. And I let him believe I was just average. Because my grandmother once told me something I never forgot. She said, "When people think you have nothing, they show you who they really are." So when Marcus invited me to meet his wealthy family, I decided to find out. Dinner began with polite conversation. Patricia asked where I worked. "A small tech firm," I said. She nodded slowly. "Oh, that sounds nice." Her daughter, Vanessa, leaned forward. Her bracelet alone probably cost more than my car. "So you're in tech?" she asked. "Like customer support?" I shook my head gently. "Software." "Oh," she said, clearly uninterested. "Entry level." Marcus laughed lightly. "She's being modest. Ella works really hard." But he didn't correct them. He didn't defend me. He just let them assume. And they did. Vanessa began talking about Marcus's ex-girlfriend, Alexandra. "Alexandra just got back from Milan," she said. "Her family's launching another hotel. She's doing amazing." Patricia smiled. She always had such elegance. Then she looked at me. "Marcus has always dated very accomplished women." The air shifted. Marcus shifted uncomfortably but said nothing. I smiled politely. Because the more they talked, the clearer everything became. To them, I wasn't just unimpressive. I was temporary. The conversation moved to finances. Patricia asked where I lived. "A small apartment downtown," I said. "Oh," she replied, "renting." "Yes." She took a sip of wine. Marcus cleared his throat. "Ella's very independent." Vanessa laughed. "That's one way to say broke." They all chuckled softly. Except Marcus. He just looked down at his plate. And that hurt more than anything. But the worst part didn't happen at the table. It happened later. I excused myself to the restroom. As I walked down the hallway, I heard voices from the study. "Marcus, Patricia, Vanessa." I wasn't trying to listen. But then I heard my names. "You need to end this soon," Patricia said. Marcus sighed. "I know, I just need a little more time." Vanessa spoke next. "Alexandra's family won't commit unless you're fully single, you know that." My heart dropped. Patricia continued. Ella is fine for now, she keeps things stable, but she's not long-term. Marcus didn't argue. He didn't defend me. He just said, I'll propose, it'll buy us time. My stomach tightened. Vanessa laughed. Engaged to the placeholder, that's actually brilliant. Everything inside me went quiet. I walked back to dinner slowly. Marcus proposed that night. Right there. In front of everyone. He knelt down, held up a ring and asked me to marry him. Patricia looked satisfied. Vanessa smirked. They thought they had won. And I said yes. Because I had a plan. 3 weeks later, they hosted our engagement party. This time I didn't arrive as the quiet, ordinary Ella. I arrived as myself. The dress was tailored, elegant, subtle but unmistakably expensive. My hair styled. My jewelry real. My confidence undeniable. People recognized me. Whispers started. That's Ella Graham. Isn't she the one from... I think she sold that AI startup. Marcus saw me and froze. Patricia looked confused. Vanessa went pale. I walked calmly to the stage, took the microphone, and smiled. I want to thank the Whitmore family, I said. They've taught me something very valuable. The room went silent. I spoke slowly. About the dinner. The insults. The assumptions. The placeholder. The plans. Marcus looked like he couldn't breathe. Then I told them the truth. I wasn't poor. I wasn't lucky. I wasn't temporary. I removed the ring, placed it in Marcus's hand, and walked away. Because when people think you're nothing, they show you everything. And they showed me exactly why I deserved better.